So the new year is when people start rebalancing, and rebalancing means you're thinking about bonds. Bonds have been in the news lately, and to help put everything into context, I have Jill Schlesinger here to talk me through it. Hi, Jill.
Hey.
So are bonds safe? What's going on? Put this in context for the reader.
First of all, bonds just come in a variety of different flavors. So obviously, you're really concerned with getting your money back. A bond is an IOU. So some bonds are ultra safe, right? You lend money to the US government, you're going to get your money back. You lend money to Joe's Bar and Grill that has a strip club on the side, you may not get your money back.
Yeah.
So it depends the type, right? But we do know we're about to enter into a rising interest rate environment, and that's getting people a little freaked out.
Yeah, so let me stop you there. The Fed raised rates at the end of last year. There's talk about 4 increases going to happen this year. What do investors need to know about that? How should they shape their bond portfolio?
Well, we always say bond prices are inversely related to interest rates.
I've written that sentence like a million times.
Right, okay, so we know certain types of bonds are much more interest rate sensitive than others. So we know government bonds are sensitive, longer term bonds are more sensitive. So in general, it's not a great thing as interest rates rise for the price of a bond, but if you own an individual bond and you hold it to maturity, you'll get your money back. If you own a bond fund, you're going to reinvest those interest payments and dividends at lower levels. So actually, it's not a terrible thing. It's not the death knell for your position.
How should investors think about bonds in their portfolio? What role does it play?
I think of bonds as an important asset class that helps you be able to understand specifically how much you are going to get over a period of time, and you know what your interest payment is going to be. Those two pieces of information help you stabilize your portfolio. That's why I'm a really big fan of bonds, even in a higher interest rate environment, and really believe investors need to kind of embrace the bonds, but be careful the type of ones you own.
So a lot of readers will hear the words Puerto Rico and kind of freak out a little
Yes.
bit. Can you help put that in context?
Sure. There are certain parts of the world where lending money is a risky venture. Many investors put money and lent money to a tiny territory that was able to borrow tons of money because there was a tax benefit. You really need to be careful, especially if you're putting money into something simply for a tax purpose. Think about not just the yield, you still have to be concerned about whether they can repay that money.
So investors shouldn't be fleeing.
I don't think fleeing any asset class. You know what? I do believe that investors need to really understand how bonds work, what they can do for you in your portfolio, how they can stabilize returns over time, especially as you go into periods where you may not be making as much money.
Well, thank you so much, Joe. This has been great.
Thank you.